Ackhiii. Listen, I'm going to tell you, look, guys, this is a bit emotional to me because I speak openly and tell you, look, I was in a dark place. And I spent 10 years of my life in prison. People that don't know, and you're new and you don't know who I am, I'm just letting you know, I've been from the roads, I've changed my life, I've been in gangs, and all I've done since coming out of jail is tried my best, is to make my mum proud and set a good example. And all I've done has been just getting teared down by our culture, by our community, and it's based on fake narratives and things that are not true. But at the same time, when people got things in their head, it's like, bro, I don't like bouncers. So I'm just giving you a journey and explaining to you why I am so fearless and I'm so detached and I don't care what anyone has to say. If you want to come for me, no problem. But I'm doing this for the people. It's time for a reset. And in this video, you're about to see the Shadeborough's faces, because I feel like over the years, they've ruined so many people's lives, and there's so much public, all of this is public knowledge, by the way, guys. So I know people are looking at angles that man's gonna be sending crazy defamation of characters or whatnot. I'm not. This video is gonna stay up by all means, and make sure
Internet ready.
William,
Internet ready.
Helena,
Internet ready.
make sure you're internet ready for this, because I know that your family and friends, don't know that you're behind this page. I know that. So you are about to get exposed to the highest degree. You get me? You know, and it's always, I got your file, but it's always just holding back some bit. So over the next couple months and the next couple years, what you've done to me the past years, I'm going to do to you, so you can feel the trauma and the mental, what man's gone through. Listen, I spent 10 years of my life to come out of prison normal, it's very hard, and to adjust to normal society, to learn how online banking is or what is, like, loads of things, I'm telling you. And anyone that's got a family member that has spent so long in prison, you will understand that we come out a bit slow, or we come out a bit like we're not confident within ourselves. Men don't like to speak, and you'll see a lot of our brothers, or you'll see a lot of people end up just having mental health and end up committing suicide and whatnot. But anyway, I'm just gonna give you a backstory. You get me? I'm just gonna give you a backstory quickly. Look, Shadeborough has ruined many lives. They have posted, my personal details. They've posted my child and my child's mum on their page, just as some mad hating attack. They blurred out my son's picture, but they then showed my child's mum's face and their internet and her Instagram, and everyone went over there. Now that there was crazy for me, but I'm just gonna kind of just show you. Look, in my head, I was like, anyone that does me dirty, I harbor feelings. And I want you lot to understand, everyone that does me dirty, I will never forget about it. I will always harbor feelings. I don't wish bad on no one, but I will harbor feelings in the sense of, why did that person do me wrong? I came out, all I wanted to do is work, progress, set a good example, and that's what I did. But our community, our culture just tore me down. I got it the worst. When I say I got it the worst, but I had to keep on going and block out the noise. I got it the worst on the streets. And then when I made that transition as a street person in the corporate world and on the internet, I had to understand these things. You get me? So when you're not media trained, or you're not, sometimes you make mistakes, or you say mad things out, and then all of a sudden people just paint the narrative. And this is what UK gossip, you're so lucky you're rubbed out. You're so lucky you are rubbed out, you evil people. If you lot was there, your files are so easy to get, UK gossip. But God's got something for you. But God's got something for these lot. And they flip the screen. Now, please, if you're watching this as well, get me, this is so important, that this video literally gets shared to everyone. Everyone shares this video. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube, and I want you to like this video, because it helps with engagement for the video getting bigger and bigger. Please, like, if you're watching this and you stand for taking these people down, or showing awareness, that This is the page that has made black men, black women go to war against each other. And understand this. They go to war in the comments, bro, with narratives. And I'm going to teach you about narratives. Just what I've taught you the last couple of days, how these industry rings, the GRMs, the Shadeboroughs, and all these other industry rings paint narratives. And I'm going to break down how capital gets paid and why people don't post freely and blog pages don't post freely because their money will stop. I'm going to break that down. But anyway, just let you know how I kind of found out who Will and Helena was. We had an event, and this was the event. I was boxing Arms Corleone, and as you can see, Shadeborough was here. There was a sponsor, and the reason why there was a sponsor, they was building up their page, and at the time they probably had 400k followers. You get me? And they wanted to become a sponsor, and I thought, right, it's a no-brainer. If I can get the page, the boxing fight, the influencer boxing fight promoted on that page, there's more support. By the way, Link Up TV, Wicked and GRM, they're not really gonna support, man. They're not supporting like that. The only ones that was really supporting was I'm Just Bait and Young Kings. You get me? They were supporting, but them ones weren't really supporting. Obviously, I get it. But anyway, I'll flip my screen, get into this. This was the initial design for it to go on the campus. But what I took it off because they lost their page. You get me? Shadeborough done something, they lost their page, and obviously I just put Play Dirty on there, as you can see, Play Dirty on there. But in order to do so, what did I need to do? I had a meeting with them. We had a Zoom call, so I knew who Will and Helena looked like anyway. So I already knew what they looked like. So I'm just letting you know. But this is after they've done this to my family and put my family information up. And everyone at that time is scared. Remember, one thing we have in common, my people, and this is why it's so important that you share this video. We have in common that we all hate the Shadeborough. Every single person, every single one of us hate the Shadeborough, but we got an element of, we're a bit toxic because we like to see the drama, we like to keep up what's going on with the news or what's going on in our community. So understand that. So I understand why they've got so much followers and that. And obviously, look, Ackhiii, EastEnders Ackhiii, Coronation Street Ackhiii. Like, I do the same thing Ackhiii, but I don't paint no crazy narratives. I just tell you my opinion, what I think, and this is the information. But anyway, cool. Let's get to it. Now, after that fight, after this Bouncing Arms fight happened, bear in mind, this is the story. After the Bouncing Arms fight has happened, what's happened? We got a little man that was fighting on this Arms and Bouncer fight, done an interview on the +44 podcast. So anyone don't know, the +44 podcast is the Amazon. It's in our community, but you still got them industry rings that run it up there. Boom, 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 boom. Delicia, boom, boom, boom. I don't really want to put her account on here because, get me, she's a black woman, and I actually respect for the stuff that she's done. But what she done with this podcast and what she done with getting Little Man on and the clickbait, what she done, it went so viral. And obviously her power and that when you're in charge of Amazon Music +44 and you have them big billboards and you can put anything, you have power. So what she done, because it's on her podcast and the podcast needs to do well, is she gave the clip to all the blog pages, Shadeborough and all the blog pages. So when they posted this clip, I'm not gonna go into crazy. When they posted this clip, just so you can see.
How long would you say you've been in jail? Like
about 10 years.
Would you say that bouncer did help you?
Yeah, but in a certain way, you didn't.
If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be in this position. No.
Think that didn't want you to be there, and that was there any truth to that?
Sign this, I'll make you a millionaire. They started showing me big.
So you see this here, of course. Now this one here was another attack. You get me, little man. You know, like no one cared who he was. Like he was no one. Obviously. We like to see anyone that don't know the Little Man story, just go online. I'm not going to go into it, but this is the clip. Now, this is the clip, one of the clips that actually ruined, man. They posted this clip. It went crazy. Bear in mind, a year or a year and a half before, I got Dig That signed for $1 million deal. He didn't pay me a certain of my percentage. He had evil people whispering in his ears. That was a big thing that all over the socials, people was laughing that, oh, Bouncer lost his artist. I just come out of jail. Do you get me? I had to move back to my mum's on a blow-up bed. So I had to go through that trauma. then being on my blow up bed, dealing with this, making little man something. By the way, the guy's doing flipping porn now. Get me, like, very inspirational, good example for his daughter, what he talks about. But he's doing porn, something that something that could never be on my name. But anyway, the Shadeborough and that posted this, and this kind of affected me in a different way because I just had everyone just telling me to kill myself. Like, kill yourself, look. And this is the narrative that came from it, just so I can get into it quickly. I'm going to read this first one because I saw it, 2021. It said, first it was dig that, then crypto eats, now little man, this man done finesse everyone, including their fans. And I started realizing that end of the year, they all came for me, boy. Like, even the crypto eats thing. Now, anyone that don't know crypto eats, there was a coin that was everyone was promoting, and it had the app and the food, it had everything to it. And there was like me and 3 other influencers. We didn't do our due diligence, and this is why I never ever do any promo for no one. Yeah. And anyway, the coin turned out to be a scam. Who got blamed for it? The narrative, I got blamed for it. Just Shadeborough, UK Gossip, all these pages started posting me. Bouncer has something to do with it. I'm like, why would 300 other influencers promote something? Why would you need me then? But anyway, that happened down the line, flipping with little man. A year later, he come out, he addressed it over here, the truth. You get me? I cleared my name. A couple years later, with the crypto scam, the guy that was behind it was promoting another coin in the same office, and real investigators looked it up. You catch the drift. So I cleared my name, I addressed it here. So look, we had the crypto scam, we have little man, you get me? Basically said, actually people got in my ears. But the Shadeborough already done the dirt and these blog pages, but the Shadeborough posted like nearly every single day, and it just tore me down. Now it affected me in a different way because I was in the most darkest place. You get me? I remember, and I always say it loudly, I had Big J, I had my brother Steve checking up on me. I know why he phoned me every day, and this is my brother. I don't even speak to him every day anyway, but I know that there were 2 weeks where this guy phoned me every day because he saw what happened on live, and he actually probably thought that I was going to kill myself. You get me? He probably actually thought that I was going to kill myself, and the brother phoned me every single day. And in my head, I'm saying, bro, like the people you least expect call you. And my ex-girl was there like every step of the way. You get me? My mum, Turk, and Cosmic. Everyone else, and there was one other person that was there, but everyone else, yeah, and a couple road man that man was close, I don't want to mention their name, but everyone else, you think anyone checked up on me or see if I was cool? And I started realizing this is the game. I started realizing you're in this by yourself. And you see all the times when things started coming through that, okay, cool, I cleared my name for this. The little man thing, it was everywhere. It wasn't everywhere. It was a big talking moment. But I realized none of these blog pages, none of these GRMs, or none of these big pages, or none of these other blog pages wanted to post it. So I started to realize that the industry and the ring and the narrative, you get me, if they're gonna get you out of it, which they did, boom. So I was like, look, I just wanted to give you a backstory of how everything's happened. I've moved to Dubai, and I'm here where I am now. And still just getting attacked on YouTube, online. You get me? The whole world calling a man a snitch, sent people jail, rare. And it just wasn't true. So anyway, cool. I thought at the beginning of this year, I'm going to make my long form content and build up my personal brand. And anyone that comes at me, I'm going to defend myself. So now it's time to get into the Shadeborough. So me knowing from doing the Zoom call, I know what they look like. So obviously Will... Get me? You know, Will, you got Poster, you got GRM, you got GRM Gala. Will, the Shadeborough has built themselves to the top. All the record labels are paying them for their artists to get placements. You know what I mean? Like, they're a media outlet. You get me? GRM has built their way to the top. All the record labels are paying them to get advertisement placements. You catch my drift? So everyone is the movement, is the narrative, is protect the artist at all costs. Even if crazy bad publicity comes out, protect the artist. But over the years, we've seen the Shadeborough tear down one artist that I actually felt sorry for, even though we was going back and forth with the family and whatnot. But I see the Shadeborough tear down Steph London. Like when I say tear her down, imagine one successful artist that's paved the wave, that's done amazing things with our scene, and the narrative that the Shadeborough always kept on posting was just crazy controversial that will just disrupt and mess up our culture. And it's not even just that. There's multiple things. There's multiple clips where in our culture we're known for black men hating black women and black women hating black men. No. I love my mum. I love black women. I love you guys. Actually, them black men, they're not one of us. We don't support any of them. The majority of black men, we love black women. So just throw that narrative out the way. But that narrative is online because of pages like the Shadeborough. Understand how deep this is. It's very, very deep. And when you see it, you will see the narratives. And I've shown you this week of what's happened. So I thought, you know what? It's time to actually just reveal who the owners of the Shadeborough are, just so now they can take accountability and they're very mindful of the stuff that they post, because I know that their family and their friends don't know who they are. And I know that now the rest of our 4% black community can find out who this page is, who they are, and now you know who these people are, and we can actually bring them down and tell them to take accountability. I told them to apologize. They didn't want to apologize, no problem. They actually think I don't have no info or I don't have their pictures. Me, Ackhiii. Me. This is my life here, yeah? And these people ruined my life. So it's time to break things down. I'm going to show you the pictures. Let's get into a few things. You know, it's always good that, you know, when you're doing, you see the internet, the UK, they have like a lot of freedom of speech. Not everywhere around the world you have freedom of speech, but in the UK you have freedom of speech, and you have limited companies that you can type in people's names and you can see who's what and what and what. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I thought, let me type in the limited company. Guys, let me land. I've got everything. I got the whole thing, the whole shebang. Yeah. So watch to the end. I got the pictures. So I need you to watch. Yeah. So boom. I thought, let me flip my screen. The Shadeborough Limited. I knew who Will's name was. I kind of forgot who the other lady. I forgot who Helena was, to be honest. You get me? I forgot who her name. Like I didn't know. I forgot it was Helena, but Will. You get me? Boom. So I was like, okay, cool. There's 2 officers, 2 people in charge of the company. You get me? Obviously, they filed. There was a point in the 18th of August. You get me? I'm aware that the Shadeborough got founded on the 2016. So obviously they've done the books now, and these are confirmation of their names. By the way, they're on the site, so they're public information. You get me? So I started looking into it. I said, okay, cool. You get me? Helena, you get me? 1994, Will, 1992. And I looked at their address, Farringdon, London. And when I saw this address up, I started thinking, I said, cool, it's a residential address. It's a residential address. You get me? They're signed to a residential address. So I started doing some more information, some more digging. I started realizing they went to Bedford University. You get me? And obviously looked at some other addresses over there, and so that there was residential addresses as well. But let me land. I've just started looking that up. So I was like, okay, cool. This is them. Then I thought, okay, cool. Let me go onto LinkedIn. They couldn't be so stupid to actually like have their information on LinkedIn. But then I started thinking that actually their account has got almost 1 million followers. Over the years, they've teared down black men, black women, but now it's actually turned into like a mad lucrative multi-million pound business. Like, you know, like it's turned into that. So it's time to now make everything professional. And I'm going to show you Helena, a picture of Helena, but don't worry, this picture is I know what she is. It's kind of an old kind of picture. So I don't want you to go off, this is the people that, man's about to expose you who Helena and Will is. They don't even know I've got this picture, Ackhiii. They wouldn't even understand how I got this picture, Ackhiii. They're going to think, oh my God, how did this guy got this picture, Ackhiii? But sit tight, because Ackhiii, boom, there's no more being emotional now. I'm back being the strong bounce. So boom, I flipped the screen. So I'm like, how stupid can you be to own the Shadeborough and ruin all these lives and then be on LinkedIn? Huh? So I was like, okay, cool. let me flip the screen. Co-founder, director of the Shadeborough. You get me? You know me, the readings are a bit nuts, but Black British culture, you get me? And in my head, I was reading it and I'm scrolling down and I see this, like, this is 9 years ago, you know? Get me? Co-founder, leads of the UK most recognized digital media platform, spotlighting Black British culture, entertainment, and viral news. And in my head, I was like, bro, this is how everything is even pushed in. Like, this is everything. Like, I was thinking, raw, like this is. I was just thinking, raw, like this is how everything is. This is how they label themselves. You get me? Then I was like, okay, cool. Let me look for Will. Is there Will Smith on there? And I realized, I typed in Will Smith on my phone. I couldn't find it. And I was like, where's Will Smith? And I was like, okay, this is Will. But, you know, he's smart. He's internet ready. He's
internet ready.
Because you see, on here, it's like you can't really see who Will Smith is. He's
internet ready.
This is why he's so confident. Like, both of their pictures, you can't really see who they are. Imagine me coming online to reveal them and seeing these meaty pictures. You will be so disappointed, Ackhiii. You'd be so disappointed. Anyway, so obviously I just went into Will's, you get me, stuff and looked at this and that and that. And I was like, okay, cool. You get me? Me and Will, we spoke. I'm sorry, Will, I know in GRM Gala, I had to show the artist and the man them that you own the Shadeborough, but I'm aware that Helena is the owner of the Shadeborough, and then obviously now you're owner, you're co-founder of the Shadeborough, but it started with Helena, and I understand that. So cool. And I was thinking, okay, cool. Let me go into the books. I'm sure that HMRC, or you get me, you're filing your taxes right. You know, Ackhiii, you know me, Ackhiii, if you're filing your taxes right. So I was like, by the way, whilst obviously them having their company and whatnot, I'm aware that they have, you know, I've got the whole file, but you guys that are part of it and that's behind the Shadeborough, there's about 6 of you that's employed, and I know Will and Helena also post as well. There's 8. And I've got your whole files. I've got all the people that actually used to work there, details, every single one of them. But I'm not going to expose you lot. You get me? I know that a lot of you lot's left on the back of like that the page has been toxic and it's meant to be positive for the culture. I know a lot of you lot got sacked because they didn't want, there was some of you lot trying to change the page to it being positive. I know that. You get me? I'm gonna show some receipts, but I'm not gonna name and shame you lot because I feel like it's down to, I feel like Will and Helena need to take accountability. But I thought, let me just go to this company finances. I just wanted you lot to know. You know, with us, get me? You lot was quick, Ackhiii. You was quick to look at fucking Krypton Conan's percentage, Ackhiii, for Safeways, Ackhiii. Now let's look at the books, Ackhiii. Let's go see how much money that they're actually, you know, just bringing to their accountants, so we can kind of see. But anyway, so I thought, okay, let me go down to 2020. 2020, let's go down to see what they filed. You get me? So 2020, that's basically obviously 2019. So I thought, okay, let me view this. So, they filed £100. So I was like, okay, cool. I get it. Then I thought, okay, let me go to 2021 to see what they filed. You see, this is 2020. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, 62,000. Okay, current assets 62,000. Okay, cool. By the way, guys, you can go on. Type in the Shadeborough Limited, and obviously their finances will come up. Just letting you lot know. I don't want you to think I'm breaking the law. So anyway, I thought let me go to 2022. 2021. Okay, so now we're getting there. 173,000 that they made that year. You get me? Obviously, we're getting there. They made 173,000. You get me? To sell our culture, bitterness, and crazy, controversial, and ruin lives. 173,000. Okay. And I thought, okay, what's this? 2022. Let me go to 2023. You know when greed gets into this, guys, as well. You see, when you do something, it's like you declare your taxes and whatnot, and then greed starts getting into it. Like, wow, we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're making more and more money. But now we're not going to declare certain things or whatnot, or we're going to say there's a drop or whatnot. You get me? So I thought, okay, let me just, anyway, flip the screen. We're in 2022, December. Oh, there's a little drop. You get me? So 175,000 to 136,000. Okay. I'll say they've really built a great business model, by the way. You get me? Off the evilness that they do. And then they've done another one. A big drop. They've dropped again, 95,000. They've dropped to 95,000. The year before that was 136,000. The year before that was 170. So now they've dropped to 95,000. So they're basically saying that their business is crashing, but knowing that their followers are growing and what they do is growing and there's a scene. So then we got to this one. This is the current one, 2024. 2024. Oh, so now it went from 66 to 95. So now they say they've already made 66,000. And I started thinking, I was like, okay, I get it. I get the books. You get me? I get the books. I'm sure HMRC will have a look at that in due time. You get me? To see if everything's above board. So, and then in my head, I was like, okay, cool. These are the people, and it's time. It's time. And I was like, you see what William looked like. You see what Helena looked like. And I started looking at things and looking on their page, and I'm saying, all the crazy stuff that they post on Dutch, bro. Everything Dutch done, he got it the worst. Dutch actually got it the worst. Just call a spade a spade. Dutch, yeah, and I've openly apologized to Dutch. I've seen Dutch be done. Do you know what I mean? But just call a spade a spade. Dutch got it the worst. He didn't it? Text messages alleged in a DM saying that's got tampered with, whatever. Cool. Philly has got it really bad as well. Just say that. Alleged, accused, waiting to stand trial. We've seen Philly online. I would say that he's not. I would say that I'm concerned for his mental. I don't want to push a fake narrative. That's what I want to say my opinion is. We've seen that. Now all seen the CCTV with Gets, right? Get me? Someone, RIP to the brother, getting hit 70 foot up in the air and getting left for dead. And he blew, was it 45 or, I don't want to say the wrong information, but hours later, he blew something like 35 or 45. I think it was 45 over the speed limit. So hours later, and he had drugs in his system. Shadeborough controlled that damage. Why did they control the damage and they started pushing out what Zezy and this Esther weirdos were saying? That people were preying on a downfall. And do you think that the family want to talk about conspiracy theories, boom, 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 it's controlling narratives. So where was the energy for everything else? Because I get it. I want Will and Helena to know, you get me? I was in prison in Kent. And when I was in prison, I used to do outside work in the Black Lions Leisure Centre in Gillingham, where you guys live with 2 children. So I want you to know, from working at the Black Lions Leisure Centre, I got to knowing a lot of people. You get me? And you lot might not have been from there then, and I understand you relocate, you got your two children there. You get me? And I thought, you know what? Let me get up this message quickly, because I started realizing, I started seeing a member of your team, old member of your team. I got your Instagram as well to her, but I'd reach out to me if you want to speak further. But I thought, let me read this before anything. I thought, let me just read this. I thought, let me get this up. The reason why I scribbled out these names as well, because I know there's a few of you that work for the company. I'm not really coming for you get me? I'm coming for them. But I thought, let me read this. He said, I don't usually comment on these videos, but I'm so glad you did this. I used to work for these two and they let me go because I was too positive. I tried to change the narrative and celebrate black culture, and they didn't like it. It let me go. It's not said a thing and kept it quiet, but honestly, their page needs to be shut down. It's so bad, and I'm so embarrassed. I worked for such a dark company. Call them out. Don't even care anymore. I want you lot to understand this in our black community, and it's so important that this video gets sent, and it's so important that we stand up, like not men against women on this. I think we stand up as a nation, that we share this video, we spread awareness, and we get them to change the narrative, like period. Post controversial stuff, but keep the narrative impartial. Be impartial, don't be toxic. You get me? If something happens, but it's something positive. Why didn't you post Steph London's bought land for her son? Why didn't you post that? But you want to post something else. Why didn't you post that? Shadeborough. And I want you lot to understand there's evil within us, but there's these rings that run the narrative and have us thinking a certain way. So it will be hate and bouncer. Hate bouncer. Bouncer's telling everyone to invest into digital marketing. Bouncers telling everyone to own their own IP. Bouncers telling everyone to do something within themselves. I don't give a shit about sponsorship, bro. You get me? I care about keeping money inside our culture. You get me? I have a service. I don't work for free. This is how much I charge. I'm doing a music seminar on the 23rd of November in London. Click the link in description, purchase your tickets. Boom, boom, boom. Keep it in-house. I don't care about no sponsorship. If you don't stand up for what's right, I don't care. And this is why all these people are silenced. And let me explain this. Just before I show their picture, because I know you lot are waiting for it. But I want you lot to take this serious, because it's not just about the picture. It's about that we need to remember the Shadeborough is on their last legs. You get me? Everyone if you start mass reporting their posts, they lose their account. You get me? Period. They're using other people's content. It's not authentic content. They're doing this. So they lose their account. There's loads of things that they know that. So that's why. But I just want you to know. But I want you to understand this year. These people are evil for our culture. They're evil. You get me? And they need to either change their ways, the way how they do things, or we need to stand up against them. Of course, we're going to all follow them. Of course, there's going to be information. You get me? But even that lady there saying this on her account, and I have her Instagram, and I just thought, you know what? Reach out to me, please. You get me? But it's time to stand together. Now, I got the picture in my phone. I didn't want to send it to this. I didn't want it to come up below, but I'm going to send it to this now, just so you look can kind of see who they are. It's very important. Very, very important. So remember, Helena is the one that runs the show. Will is there as well. You get me? And they don't think I've got this picture, but I've got it. I just show them. Let me show you who they are, man. You get me? It's public information as well. Don't use Ackhiii. You get me? So, whoop.
Ackhiii.
Oh, Ackhiii.
Internet ready.
So this is Will, guys, yeah? So this is Will. William Smith. He's got two names. And this is Helena. Ackhiii. I don't know how to pronounce their names. You get me? And this is them. Helena, obviously, she's the main girl. Will, they got two children. They live in Gillingham. You get me? And obviously, their company, they also have their company office as on limited company. They're always there. You get me? You get me? There's they're always there. Just put it that way. They're always there. You get me? But this is who they are. And I don't want to keep it like this, and I want you to understand, yeah. See William and Helena, all they've done is tear down our community. They're disgusting, they're bitter for our community. And you see people like the Zezy Millses, and they've given them platforms because it's all about the agenda. It's all about, how do you think for a number of years, yeah, that Zezy Mills and these lots been able to say things and get put up on a platform, and you lot listen to it, and all of a sudden, I'm not saying all of what Zezy Mills says is not right. And bro, I don't lie. If I'm lying, I'm crying. I didn't say a lie. So when man's talk about when Zezy Mills, this is another thing what I'll even say and what I'll even post about Zezy Mills, yeah, because she needs to know as well. I'm not playing no games. Let me get this one up, man. Because Zezy Mills was quick, yeah. She was quick to, do you know her? She was quick to push this narrative. Where is it, man? Let me get it up. Zezy Mills, do you know her? She tries to play that. What's the game? She tries to play like the victim. You get me? And the reason why I'm coming for all of them, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop. Respectfully, I ain't gonna stop. Get me? The reason I'm gonna come for them, if they stop pushing fake narratives, then I'll stop. But if they carry on pushing fake narratives to the people, then I'm not gonna stop. So let me show you something. Zezy Mills put this up on her story, yeah? She put this up. You get me? Get me? Obviously, they're calling her coke head. Zezy Mills, you need to stop sniffing coke. I'm going to say it again. You need to stop sniffing coke. You don't want me to start talking about industry secrets, yeah? So respectfully, don't ever, ever come online about anything and start talking. You was part of the people that cancelled me. My mum, I would say, no, it's not Zezy. She looked after, man. She's defending me, mum. And my mum was like, nope, like, these are the people, Side man, all these people, Delissa, these people, Shadeborough, they cancelled you. And then everyone else, when the truth came out, no one didn't want to post it. When the truth came out, Zezy Mills didn't post it. But now when I'm saying the actual truth and nothing but the truth, now she's posting this up. Oh, they're calling you a cokehead because you're a cokehead. Like, that's it. They're calling you a cokehead because you're a cokehead. And yeah, to make it thingy, just to let you know, why didn't you post this up? Why didn't you post this? Because now he's like, why didn't you post this? Someone's told you to stop sniffing coke, bouncer voice, and you're telling them to suck their mum. You get me? Oh, is that how you act? Is that how you act? Zezy Mills. Let's go back to Will and that. You get me? Let's go back to Will and Helena. You get me? Let's go back to these people. You get me? Look at them. My man even looks like he's evil. Look at them. You'll think, and whoever told you guys that white people own the Shadeborough? White people don't own the Shadeborough. These don't own the Shadeborough. Get me? And I'm telling you, confirmation. Wallahi, these lot own the Shadeborough, everything. And how I confirmed? Because I saw them from the Zoom call from the Wicked and Bad thing. And now I get confirmation. They're the ones that own the Shadeborough. So I want all my clippers, anyone that owns clipper accounts, anyone that does content creation, please respectfully see this picture, these pictures, just make them aware of this is who the people that own the Shadeborough. They own the Shadeborough. And it's very important that we spread awareness to this day that we can't keep on being divided. You get me? And even because the reason why I'm on Lim May and Zezy Mills, because for years they've had these platforms just chatting rubbish, and now they think they can go against man. Bro, Crankface come out of jail. Yeah, he's a drill artist. He's a very reckless drill artist, and he's made that transition. He's had a child. You get me? He's gone to jail. He went guilty. His friend to take a lesser charge. His friends got a lesser charge. He went into ISIS prison. Yeah, ISIS prison to give a talk. Yeah, and I explained that you had Zezy Mills in the comments talking about, oh, it's the men in the comments were doomed and rah. And I started realizing, why does this woman? Cause I don't want to put her in every category. Why does this woman hate black men? Why does she hate black men? And then I saw this clip and I was just like, this might be a reason. You get me? This might be the reason.
I think so. Because I would say I'm quite a sexual person. I love talking about sex. I used to talk about it a lot. I don't really talk about it anymore because my mum sends me long voice notes about why did you have to? Yes. The other day I was talking, not the other day, about a couple of months ago, I was talking about, because I'm into the ladies, right? So I'm bi. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were bisexual. So,
And it makes sense. You're into the ladies, you're bi, you get me out here. It's important that you talk about sex. Talk about it in a respectful manner. Obviously, we know we've got little cousins, we've got kids and this, that, and that. I understand that. You get me? You get it? So, but it makes sense now why your energy is just so mad. Like, Victoria Everest, come up with a fake video and Gucci recorded her, and what you came online to say was that the men were gassed, bro. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you. And the reason why I'm so onto you and the ring and Posty and every single one of them, and I'm not stopping, because there needs to be a reset for the greater good. There's so many talented people in our culture, so much talent, and guess what? They don't have a way in. Shame on you, Link Up TV. Shame on you, Mixtape Madness. Shame on you, flipping GRM. I don't care. And you see, with me, you got to understand this. You see, when people always say things like, I came from gang culture and I've made that transition, but please, yeah, and I always say, yeah, that, you see, once upon a time, they banned me from the Borough of Croydon because they said that I was the main gang leader, yeah? I want you lot to understand things like, I have my friend circle, I love them to bits, and I always try to give them, I always try to open eyes, make them know like there's more to life than the streets or that, and give them avenues. But please understand, they love me to bits as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They love me to bits as well. So you see, when people always say, oh, like, be careful, people are going to be on you. Listen, I've grown up in the South London, having to deal with gang culture, people wanting to unalive man all the time, having to look over man's back. Me speaking out, one thing I need to do, be careful, is I need to make sure I'm getting ruqyah done, making sure that I'm blessed, because I know these spiritual attacks are en route, because man's speaking out against the ring. Man's speaking out against all of this. I'm speaking out, and I want you to understand, slowly you understand clues that get pushed online in our communities and how it's designed for us to hate each other. Now, man's going to war with Clue, man's going to war with Vit Santoro, I'm going to war with Spray. Do you know what I mean? And I apologize to all of these lot. The reason why I apologize to them, because it's like, bro, why am I going to war with the same people that we're struggling to even make a change, bro? Vit Santoro, he speaks about change, bro, and it's positive. You get me? Clue, he speaks about change is positive. You get me? Spray's a bit of a mad one, but he has a platform and he's been consistent. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then these big, like, let me tell you about Posty quickly before I wrap up, yeah? Why ain't no one teaching anyone digital marketing? Why ain't musicians knowing how to learn how to put their digital marketing? Because the link ups, the Mixtape Madnesses, the GRMs, they get their 300-400 upload fee, and if every artist knew that, then the stocks of their infrastructure would drop. That's it. But they still make money from views. So man's sick or tired of funding these rings. The reason why Will's gone to GRM Gala, because it's a ring. Everyone has an understanding. There's not a crazy narrative. Why do you think most of these blog pages are not going to flip and post this clip, me coming from the Shadeborough? Actually, furthermore, no blog page is going to post me coming for the Shadeborough. Probably the only one that's going to post me coming for the Shadeborough is Danny Press Play. And Danny Press Play has edited and filmed around 1,000 videos going from upload to upload to upload to grow our culture. And however you see what the drill space is, he added an avenue for drill artists to now come off the ends and try to make something of their lives. And that's the only person that you will see posting this clip. I promise you, not one blog page is going to post this clip. Only the independent ones, and that are real, that are standing up for any injustice in our community, that will post this clip. So please, if you have a TikTok account, please spread awareness with this one, because this one is deep. I'm going to finish it off with this. This here, yeah, this for me here was crazy. Like, when I saw someone write this, a mini write this, and it says, they mash up everything Bouncer tried to build by telling his investment he's bumping them and he's a snitch. Now he's finally got his platform that enables him to get to his destination without losing money gambling on people. He's running with it, and everyone who tried to block or provide a platform to people to destroy him, he is onto them, the Terminator. And I want to finish it. That how can you not see that? And this is who I am today, and this is what they've built. They've built this person. They've built this person, but I do things with clean intentions and for the people. I'm not always going to get things right. Just like the BBC News, I'm not always going to get things right, but I do things for the people. So it's time to open up the door. And if you start listening to my message, I've always said I've never changed it, and I always spread awareness. Yeah, everyone that's come and done crazy things, dig that. He's probably looking at like 30 years in prison, and I'm sad to even see that. Just didn't have the right people. The poison got in his ear. Little man, he's doing flipping porn. Poison got in his ear. He's doing porn for money. Do you know what I mean? And God will deal with him and his team. You get me? They will deal with them because they're just a bunch of woman beaters. You get me? If we want to say that, if I start going into that, they're gonna watch this, and this is what it is. You get me? And this is what I stand up for. Is all of that. Period. Do you get me? And there's multiple. But every single one of these platforms, you get me? A&R's, record labels. It's your turn. It's coming soon. Where's Hardy Caprio? Why is Hardy Caprio in depression? Where is he? Get me? Record labels, is your time coming soon. And what I will advise the A&Rs and to our black execs, the ones that we have, open up the doors for the other generation. Open up the doors for the other generation because it's so hard. You get me? Time for a reset, man. Time for a reset. Thank you, everyone. But yeah, man, time for a reset. And Will, let me flip the screen again so we know, so we can see Will and Helena. Ackhiii. Yeah, let's flip the screen. No one messaged my phone. Yeah, no one messaged my phone. Everything I say, I own up to it. I say the truth, nothing but the truth. All of this is public information. It's all online. Ackhiii, I see you in court. Yeah.